Do you know that unlinking a layer mask from its corresponding layer image is a bit different, but simple, dynamic, and straightforward in Affinity? So in this video, we'll look into how to unlink a layer mask from its corresponding image or layers in Affinity. So in order to unlink, first of all, let me make a selection of the subject we have right here. So let me select any selection tool, and for this, I'll select the rectangle marquee tool. I'll click and then drag to make the selection in the image. After making the selection, I'll create a mask. But before that, one thing I want to notify you that is our image is currently placed on top of a canvas, not an artboard, because there is no name or any artboard name specified above the canvas right here. So this particular background in which the image is placed upon is a canvas. So after making the selection of this particular subject, all we need to do is create a mask out of it by clicking this particular mask layer icon. And now you can see that we have successfully created a mask of that particular image. Now let me go ahead and deselect by holding down the command key and pressing the D key to deselect. After deselecting, all we need to do now is select any one of the following layers. We can either select mask or the background image. So for now, as default, the mask is selected. So let me select the move tool, and by making sure the mask is selected for now, I'll click and drag. Now you can see that the mask is automatically separated and can individually be moved or adjusted irrespective of the image. I'll undo it and reposition the mask to its original place. And now we'll again go ahead and select the background, and now we'll move the background and see. Now as soon as we move the background, you can see now that our image is moving independently of the mask. And I'll again go ahead and click on Command Z to reposition the mask. As you can see that we can move the mask layer and the image layer separately, which infers that both of the image as well as the mask layer are separate entity or separate layers and can be moved independently of one another. So the next thing that I want to notify again is this will only happen if an image is placed on top of a canvas, not an artboard. The next thing I'll show you or demonstrate to you is by placing and masking this particular image by placing upon an artboard. So for this, first of all, I'll get rid of this particular mask layer by clicking on the mask layer and then clicking on the remove layer or the bin icon right here to delete it. And now we have this particular image. Now, in order to convert this particular canvas into an artboard, let's switch our studio to Vector Studio first. Select the artboard tool and let's click on the plus icon. Now you can see that our new artboard 2 has been created by making the previous canvas or converting the previous canvas into artboard 1. So what we will do next is we'll get rid of this artboard 2 by selecting this artboard 2 and clicking on delete on the keyboard. After pressing the delete key, you can see now that our artboard 2 has been deleted. And on the right hand side in the layers panel, you can clearly see now that our image background layer is now inside an artboard, not a canvas. Now the masking of the image works differently when the image is placed inside an artboard. So for that, I'll again switch to the Pixel Studio mode, and then I'll again select a selection tool, which is the rectangular marquee tool again. And then I'll create a selection of this image that we have here by clicking and dragging to make the selection of this particular subject. And now you can see that our selection has been made. After the selection has been made, I'll again navigate to the mask layer icon and click on the mask layer to make the mask of that particular image. Now you can see that we have already masked out that image. I'll again deselect our selection by holding down the command key and pressing on the D key, and this will deselect our selection. As soon as it is deselected, now you can see that our image has a new layer mask created for it. I'll hover over this particular uncollapse icon and click on it to see the mask below this one, to view the mask below the image. Now let's try moving the mask only of this particular image. So let's navigate and select the move tool, and by selecting the mask layer, let's click on the artboard and drag. Now you can see that we can easily move our mask independently of the image when the image is placed on top of an artboard. Now let's undo the mask and reposition the mask to its original place. Again, let's try the same thing for the image now. By selecting the background image in the layers panel, we'll again navigate to artboard and click and drag. You can now see that the image is moving along with the mask. So we do not want that here. So I'll undo it and reposition the image to its original place. Now, in order to move the particular image independently of the mask, all we need to is first of all make the selection of the image and then check this particular lock children option right here. As soon as we check the lock children option, now our mask, which is the children of the background or the image layer, will get locked. Now when we move this particular image, you can now see that the image is moving independently of the mask. Let me undo again. I hope you understand the main concept here, which is when moving an image that is placed on top of an artboard, we have to use this particular lock children in order to make the image move separately or independently of the mask. And if the image is placed on top of a canvas, then by default, Affinity has made the separation of that particular image layer and the mask very straightforward without checking any locks children option. So I hope you get the overall concept here. If you find this video helpful, please click on the like button, and in order to get more tips and tricks about Affinity, hit the subscribe button. Thank you for watching this video and see you on the next video.